Oi, oi. Welcome back to Tuck Your Shirt In, the podcast digging up the school stories your head teacher hoped you'd forget.
From dodgy group projects to legendary bust-ups behind the bike sheds, we've got the inside scoop straight from the classroom trenches.
You're listening to Tuck Your Shirt In with me, John Hassan, my brother Luke Hassan, and our producer, Scott Burrows. Still proudly banned from Parents' Evening. Let's crack on with it.
Banned from Parents' Evening? Why am I banned from Parents' Evening?
Because you were there and you were neither a teacher nor a parent of the place.
I mean, that just never happened. Creating a very, very dark can of worms to open there. That is... I've taken you to court. Luke, that's an interesting background you've got going on there.
Yeah, I'm not in my usual space like last week. Well, actually, no, nothing like last week, but I was in the bedroom last week. This time, I'm away in Park Dean Sanford Holiday Resort.
Oh, lovely.
So, we're having a little family getaway, so I've got myself this lovely tartan curtain background, and I'm podding from the mobile.
I like it.
But I have brought the mic, so we'll get good audio still.
When you said the mobile, I wasn't sure if you meant like it was a mobile like home that you were in, or mobile your phone. The way you said that, so,
it is also like a lodge, so it is both mobile within a mobile.
Double meaning.
Yeah,
it looks good.
My son's just in and out of the bedroom at the minute because he's too excited. He's had a really exciting day.
Talk us through your first holiday day.
Oh, it's been good actually, really good. It's been really exciting. Although yesterday, I was trying to get some stuff ready for to go, and I thought at Co-op, I'm a bit of a bargain hunter at Co-op Asda. You know, the yellow stickers at Asda. The Co-op ones are great because Co-op stuff's more up the higher end of the supermarket spectrum. And there's a loaf of bread for like 20p. I was like, oh, and it was like good, it's seeded, proper seeded loaf. Took it to the till, and I put it in the through the scanner last, and it came with something I've not seen before. It went like unable to sell. You past its sell by date. And I was like, what? Why? And then the lady shouted over, "What did you just scan?" I was like, oh, I'm not quite sure if it is these buns or this like bread. I think it was the buns. It's like, but they look in date. And obviously I didn't know the bread was out of date at this point. And the lady's like, what about the bread? I was like, oh yeah, that is actually out of date. It's like, well, I can't sell it to you then. I can't sell it to you. I can't say it's out of date. We can't do that. I was like, oh.
Just walk out with it then?
Why are you shouting at me? And then I think because I'd sort of said, I think it's the buns first, it was almost like I was trying to hide the fact that I was buying the bread. And I think that made it loads worse. It was like I was getting interrogated. It was horrible.
I feel like if it's like that shouldn't be on show.
Well, I think it was just in with the restaurant. They just hadn't been through it. But yeah, I wasn't happy about it. I wanted that bread. It looked fine. A bit more.
It would have been fine. It would have been fine.
That was yesterday's news. Today, so it's a pretty good drive down here. We went through Bath, and we went through a private bridge that you had to pay a toll for, like a sort of bridge like a troll would live under. Have you been over it before? Little private toll. It's like £1.50.
No, I don't think so.
The most bizarre little place.
Cash or card?
Either.
Ooh, at least you can pay cash. Imagine if you got at least you can pay card. Imagine if you got there and you had no cash, you had to turn around. The only route into Bath.
I've never been through it before. It's like the other side of Bath, or is the middle of Bath? I'm not quite sure because it must have been over the little river, but I've never been that way before. Got here and I was like, I've packed this car. Absolutely, it was a masterpiece. Got everything in the boot, buggy, suitcase, sewing bag, toy bag, all the stuff we needed. Got here, fantastic. Got everything out of the car. Met mum and dad, Danny and granddad. got the stuff in, and Mum goes, "Have you got Henry's case?" I was like, "I thought you brought it with you the other day." No.
Oh no.
So I left his case in the house.
Oh,
That's terrible.
What did you do?
Well, we went to the Tots disco earlier. Actually, in the day, you got to meet one of these characters called Sparky the Bunny. Maybe he's an electrician or something. I'm not quite sure on the lore of the characters of Part Dean yet. I'm sure that comes as the week goes on. They go into deeper lore. So he went to the Tots disco. He was a bit bewitched by it, and then he was a bit scared as well. But he had a nice time. And I saw this little shop, popped in, got him some lovely Park Dean merchandise for the week. So got him a Sparky top, and there's also this like it's either a rat or a dog. I've not met this character yet, but he has like bright red eyes. And he looks really stoned or something. Horrible character, really atrocious.
Oh my God.
But there was only so many in his size.
These characters are terrible. I'm just sorry. I've just had to Google on the side.
Have you got the dog up? Is it a dog or a rat? I don't know which one it is.
It's a rat, I think.
It looks really stoned, doesn't it? Or really like
red
devil dog.
Or a rabid dog.
A rabid dog.
The rabbit is...
The rabbit's okay.
Yeah, the rabbits are okay. The other ones are terrifying. The dog, it's not a dog. It is like a rat, isn't it?
It's like a rabid rouse. It's horrible. We'll put it in the Discord. The pictures, it's awful.
Oh my God!
But anyway, got him a Sparky top, a rabid rat top, and I don't know if I got him pajamas, but
no, it's a dog. It's definitely a dog.
It's a horrifying dog. So I got him some pajamas, but the only pajamas in his size were the rabid rat pajamas. So he's got rabid rat pajamas, rabid rat t-shirt, and a Sparky t-shirt. Yeah. And we had an ice cream. We've come back and trying to get him to sleep, but I realised saying that he had the ice cream quite late, so he's probably absolutely pumped off that.
Just sugar on ice cream, like
Go to the kids' disco, pumping. I went to the arcade as well. He's had a right while of a time.
Just needs 10 minutes, just sat in a dark room, doesn't he? Just the
we did 10 minutes straight back up. But yeah, there we go. That's the holiday so far. I'm ready for the. I thought he might make it to 9:15, to be honest, in this thing because it's the ABBA night tonight, but he made it till 7:00, so a little bit shy.
Big night as well.
And we missed the bingo as well. Bingo was at 8:30.
That's late for bingo.
This sounds like the most traditionally British seaside.
It's brilliant. I gotta say, it's pretty good.
It sounds like they're aiming really old and really young. It feels like they're not going down.
Yeah, there's nothing in between. Yeah. Nothing for like 20 to like.
Yeah, it's
40.
Like under 10s and then like over 70s.
Well, I tell you what, you've got that bang on because it's a toddler week. So you've got that spot on.
Toddler and grandparent week.
Honestly, it pretty much is. There's just loads of toddlers and then loads of like I'd say older, 80 plus, with walking around with dogs.
Well, there you go.
So
the activities make sense then, yeah.
I know. We've got another sponsor here, Park Dean. We've got the kid. He's absolutely splashed out in Part D merchandise. When
you spoke about the co-op earlier, I was really disappointed. It wasn't M&S, by the way.
Oh well, I don't know if there's one right near me. If there was, I would have tried it. Yeah, I did get a good pizza base from M&S not long ago. That was a nice one. Yeah, pretty good week though. Pretty good week so far.
Let's not get him started on that.
No, let's not. I know he's already mentioned it.
I won't bring it up again. I promise.
Need the co-op sponsor.
Best behaviour. John, how's your week in comedy been this week? I've actually seen one of your gigs this week.
Yeah, Scott came to one of them. Yeah,
I basically just did all the camera work for the event.
Oh, nice.
Which was pretty spectacular actually.
Yeah. Press record for me on my phone.
It was pretty. I had to put it in place.
On the stand as well, actually. Yeah,
exactly. I had to go on the tripod, which you need to make sure you bring to football this week because I want to get some. I I want to see if we can record football and see how it
try
looks.
If you want, it's going to be horrible. But yeah, but yeah, it was a mixed bag of a week. I had 3 gigs. The first one was by far the worst gig I've ever experienced, I guess I'll say. I don't think it was particularly my fault 100%. It was more the
I just spat at people in the crowd and it was fun.
It was more like everyone was dying that went on stage. It was very the audience did not want comedy, it felt like. So it was
was this the Korean comedy night?
Yeah, comedy and curry night.
Right, yeah.
So
but doesn't it sold out?
Yeah, it was sold out, yeah, but it was a weird room. I think it was it's called the Old House at Home, the place. I think it was genuinely like an old house that had been converted into like a pub at some point, like a big house. So went in, there were like 2 doors. One door was the main room where they'd got the main bar, and then there was a second little bar where the other comics were, where we were waiting, sort of like a green room, I guess. Which meant we couldn't see the other comedians when they were on either. We could barely hear them, which is quite unusual because usually you can sort of get a gauge on what the audience is liking and stuff, and it sort of helps. But I was on 4th, and the first guy that was on, I've seen him before. He's been going a long time. He's really good, and he went on. He came back out, and he just looked completely like he'd been through something. He looked like he was really dishevelled.
He's had a bad experience.
How did your set go? He was just like, dreadful, mate. And then he just got on his bike and just left. Didn't say anything else.
Push bike.
Didn't even stay.
Bike, yeah.
Well, see, it feels really sad for some reason.
Then the second one, it was a woman that's not been going for very long. I think she'd been going for maybe 6 months. So she came out and said, I didn't get as many laughs as I normally get. And then the third guy, I know him quite well. He was on just before me. I stood outside just waiting for him to finish. And he came out, he was just laughing. He just said, good luck. But then as he came out, they'd started bringing the curry in at that point. And I was like, no, I've not got to go on now, have I? I heard the kitchen, manager, or just the manager of the pub, say to the woman, is that the last one before the curry break now? And she was like, no, there's one more. So he'd started putting some of the curries on some of the tables, and then they introduced me and I had to go out, and they just clearly didn't want me there.
Oh no.
I just wanted to eat their curries. They had to sit and watch me for 10 minutes. And it was a weird room as well, because obviously I didn't even know what it looked like because I'd not been in there. But it was really narrow. It was like an alleyway size, and there were people down the sides on bench seats, and then there was a guy probably about 5 meters away from me. It was the closest one directly opposite me. So it was a really strange layout, and they just didn't want me there. I think I cut about a minute or 2 at the end of my set because I was just like, this is awful. So. Yeah, that was the worst gig I've ever had, I think.
Was it a majority a curry night?
I think
with
so.
Some comedy.
I think, yeah. I think most of them were there for the curry. That was definitely.
It's like that. Oh, have you seen that Tim Robbins? Tim Robinson? Which one is it? It's like, I'm here for the zip slide. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. No,
I haven't seen that either.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
So the guys sat on you said there were guys on benches down the side. Well, did they have tables?
They had tables. No, it wasn't benches. It was the seats that go around the edges of a room.
Yeah.
So it was literally
locker room.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it was sort of like that all around the side. But then obviously there was no one directly in front of me, apart from this guy who was right at the opposite end of the bar. He's probably about 5 meters away from me, which is quite a distance. And then there was a couple of tables literally underneath me. I was sort of looking down at them. So it was awful. And I think it's weird because I've never been in the situation knowing it's going to be bad before you even go on. You're sort of thinking, I don't want to be don't let the person down that's organising it. It's not their fault, is it? But Yeah, it's weird. It's the first time I've been like, I just don't really want to do this. I wasn't nervous, and I wasn't that bothered because I was expecting it to be bad because everyone else had said theirs had gone badly. But it's just a weird situation to be in.
What's it feel like when you're up on stage, or like you know wherever you are, and you tell a joke? That joke is, you know, it's proven to work. It's been effective previously, and you just get no laughs whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not nice. That's sort of what you're aiming for, really, the laughs. But it's probably
no, really, in comedy.
Yeah, that's usually the. But I think it's not as bad now. I think earlier on it's probably more devastating. You know, when you're sort of trying to build your confidence when you're very first starting out. I imagine if that was like, you know, your fifth or sixth gig and you're getting no laughs, you're just thinking, oh, it's probably ain't for me. But like, I've done most of that set before and got really good reactions, so I'm sort of confident in the material.
It's easier to judge. Like, you think, no, this one, it's not my material that's not working. It's the curry in the wild performance.
I find that wild. I find that wild that the guy, like the kitchen staff, was just like, oh yeah, start sending it out. I know. Just was just like, oh yeah, you know, we're all good to go. And then just went, oh shit, I've not asked if that's the last comedian. And like, oh God,
it's a lot of time to go out, prepare and time.
Yeah, I think that's there was a bit of a miscommunication. Yeah, it's.
Did you get like free curry on the night, or?
I would have, but I didn't want any anyway, because it was like 9:00 and on like a Tuesday night.
Late.
Yeah. So I just came home after that because it was in Stoke, so I was like, I'll get back sort of a decent time. But yeah, it's I think it's still a good experience, because I think the other thing that you can do, which I've started to do, is like trying to address it. If someone doesn't find something funny, sort of make a comment about it, and that'll usually get a reaction. Sort of like a bit like in the Solihull one when I was talking about Iceland. And like there wasn't much of a response to it, so I said, "Oh, we're in Solihull. You might not know what Iceland is," and started describing Waitrose, and then that got a really big reaction.
That was really really funny. Just so for anyone listening who doesn't know the areas, John was talking about the shop Iceland, not the area, and was in a very very posh area by us, and everyone was like, you could tell everyone was from like the posher areas, like. It was just one of those nights. It was really good. It was really good to see.
I was pretty happy with Friday. That was quite a challenging room as well for different reasons, but it was a friendly crowd at least.
I mean, it was difficult just for the fact that the front, like the tables were in a really weird structure. It was like 32 degrees in the venue with no aircon, and the fact that the front table were gunning about 30 shots a minute and were just absolutely smashed.
They were, yeah.
Like the one guy tried to stand up at the end and he like just staggered and just like almost like fell over and like luckily caught himself on the table. Oh my God, they were battered, absolutely battered.
Yeah, that reminds me of that. You know, you went to the Longbridge social stand-up thing. And there was a girl at the front and she was just absolutely annihilated. And she kept just shouting out at the comedians.
Oh, really?
And do you remember that? Do you remember
you saw the football guy, wasn't it?
Are you on about Herbert's Yard?
Yeah.
When you said Longbridge. Oh, sorry. Yeah, with Paul McCaffrey was on.
Yeah.
Freddie Quinn was... comparing, and like everyone had to have a go at her. I thought she was like, because she was next to our table.
Yeah. And the people on the table with them, it was just, they weren't sat with them. It's just that was the seats that we're in. It's just like, we're not friends with her. She's on her own. She's just on her own. Just absolutely bonkers.
God, that is the worst thing. We went to see Jimmy Carr a couple of years ago, and obviously, like people do shout out at like pro gigs, but like. He like she just kept going and going and going, horrible. And it like he was just absolutely destroyed her, and then she just kept going. He was like, "Okay, we've had our fun. Like I'm just gonna, and then I'm just gonna get rid of you if you keep going." And she kept going and going, and he was just like, "Yeah, can someone take her out?" Like all the crowd were like cheering because she was going, because she was just doing everyone's head in.
I guess people just are having too much, isn't it, before the gig, I reckon?
Yeah, like their first night.
They really want to shout
first night out away for out for ages. It's bad. I mean, I would never shout out at a comedian.
No, well, there's
a
that
comedy
thing
gig. It's too scary.
That Peter Kay thing that happened, that was really weird, wasn't it? Did you see that? Not so long ago. Oh, I can't remember the full story.
Rings a bell.
I think it was when he was in Manchester. Someone shouted out garlic bread, literally
Oh, yeah.
And he got really annoyed by it and got them chucked out.
I mean,
I thought he was joking at first, but I think that was literally all that happened. And they got chucked out the venue, and then someone started chanting, "We love you, Peter, we do," and he started having a go at them as well. So I don't know if he's having a bad night, but
no, he's become serious now.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Serious comedy. It's a very serious comedy.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about this week?
Well, I thought because it's the final episode of the series, we probably should have said that at the start actually, but it's more mysterious this way. So last episode of the series, and don't worry, we'll put a couple of specials out before the next one. But I thought as we're approaching the festival season, and Glastonbury is this week, or was it the weekend?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
This week.
It's got to be
this week.
It's got to be this. It's
usually last week, wasn't it?
Download was last week. It's either this week or it was just gone. But it's festival season. I thought we'd talk about some of the festivals because that's pretty much a big rite of passage, isn't it, from the old GCSEs and A levels. So I thought we'd talk about some of the festival years. Especially that me and John have gone on. Scott, I know you said you haven't done much festivals. Have you been to a festival, Mr. Scott?
I've never been to a festival.
Fair enough.
Growing up playing cricket doesn't really allow you to go to festivals. You pretty much just have no social life in the summer because you're just playing cricket.
I bet you could. I bet now you could actually go to a cricket festival.
The plan is to go to. The plan is for me to experience Leeds on the Saturday this year.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's a good one. That's really good.
That's it's pretty exciting. It's got some good artists lined up as well.
I'll text John about that. Actually, it looks really, really good.
Yeah, you wanted to go the Sunday, didn't you, to see Limp Bizkit?
Limp Bizkit, Ron.
Yeah.
I tell you what, on the drive here through Bath, there was a lovely cricket game going on. I think it was King Edward's School or something like that. Lovely cricket game going on. Anyway,
got distracted from the. Sorry,
go back into festivals. It was just before. I think it was just after the toll. Actually, it's this is just an amazing scene. Anyway, festivals. So, I think the first experience of the festival was the GCSE Festival of the Year, which was a Reading Festival in 2006. And not only... It was actually really difficult to get tickets to festivals back then as well. I know now it's very easy to get tickets, apart from Glastonbury, obviously. I think every other festival is pretty easy these days. But then it was so difficult. You'd have to do the same thing. Everyone would log on to onto the computer. Then obviously back then the internet was so slow and terrible. We're all trying to get on and we get some tickets. And not only did I go, but John also went. If you don't know, John's 3 years younger than me. So I was going at 16.
13, John.
Yeah.
And John was going at 13. Yeah. So I couldn't drive then. Obs. So we got our bags packed.
But I did anyway.
Yeah, I did anyway. I actually did drive at 16. Well, not to the festival. We got into Birmingham, got the coach together. It must have looked mad, didn't it, with John, who was 13 years old, getting on to send him to Reading. I couldn't imagine sending Henry to Reading. Especially back then.
I like the way Bev and Pete were just let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's send John.
trusted me very much. My mum's actually sitting directly opposite me, and I can see her.
John and Luke are such nice lads. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Well, I was very independent, so I was very good. So we got to Reading. Didn't really know what to expect, other than there was like a million good bands on that we wanted to see. And I think we were meeting some of my friends from college there, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I think it's all very exciting. But I remember going in, and a friend, I'm pretty sure it's Emmett, had like a crate of beers. And he's like, "Oh, do you want a beer?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I do really want one." But I was really worried because I was like, "I don't want to show John that I've got one." He might either tell Mum, and I was like, "B, also I don't want him to drink anything."
Like, John, I'm just picturing John like doing a keg stand when you turn around. Like, no, I've got to look after John. John's just like,
so I think I was like, no, I don't want anything, thank you.
I love how restrained Luke's being because I could because your mum's in the room.
Oh no, she knows all these sort of stuff. I guess just experiencing it first person. No. But yeah, we got set up at this one. I think this sort of sets the standard for every festival that follows. But yeah,
I remember that we took an absurd amount of stuff the first year. We took
this rings a bell.
We took like loads of like food, like an insane amount of like tinned food as well. So it was so heavy. And like there never used to be any rules on like now there's rules on what you can take in terms of like cooking and stuff. There were no rules then. You could take anything like
yeah, those rules are in place because they had to do the cleanup operation of what you guys have done.
Probably Luke could say towards the end of the festival what happened.
Oh, I'll go into that.
But we'll get to that later.
I'm going to go into that. That might we can maybe let's save that for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were really like. I think we had loads of cans of stewing steak.
Stewing steak and smash. We had like,
what?
Smash.
What?
And custard. And often we'd be going straight to the custard after the stewing steak and smash. So it was like a mix.
The same skin.
I don't think I've ever been so disgusted. I'm genuinely questioning our friendship. Like that is bizarre.
But certainly back then, toilet situation absolutely vile.
Yeah, shock horror. Luke's on about a toilet again.
Yeah, true. But this isn't me this time. But I remember the toilets have got a lot better since. Like it's completely different experience. We'll talk about when me and John went last year. Very different experience. It used to just be like, like sheet aluminium urinals, like you get in like a cheap those, but like cable tied to like a fence. And they used to be like just linked up with a little bit of PVC pipe in between each urinal, and they'd all be down this fence. And like in the morning, absolutely fine, no bother. We'd have running water, and then later on in the day, it'd just be like full, and then it would start overflowing, just everywhere, and people just going all along the fences. And then as you get further into the night, it's like I remember seeing someone just lying in one, just absolutely covered.
Were people still like going on them as well?
No, I don't think they were going on. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, he was just literally lying covered.
You do hear stories of people falling into them and stuff, don't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're just overflowing, and they'd just be like on a little slight slant. Oh god! But yeah, I mean, talking about that in the middle of the night, where are you going to go? You need to go somewhere. Crawl out your tent in the dark. You're like, where am I going to? You just go on a tent. It's absolutely, what else are you going to do? It's the only place to go. Oh, yeah. But there's a big story. I reckon a lot of people remember this, where a girl at Leeds Festival dropped her phone in the toilet. Now, especially back then, I don't know if they still have these in the campsite, but the toilets used to be a big bucket of filth underneath, and you climb up some stairs and it's just some toilet doors and then some holes above this big bucket of filth. Like when I say bucket, it's like imagine a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Swimming pool, and then on top you just went in. Now a girl dropped her phone in there, and she tried to climb in to get it, but then actually fell straight in into this massive swimming pool of crusted, sewagey filth. And like in the morning, not too bad after it's been cleaned, but when it starts to go on, it is atrocious. The smell is awful. People just been drinking and eating burgers. It's going to be really bad.
I saw an Instagram video the other day of like, do you know, like the people that go and clean out like really old like cesspits?
Oh yeah,
that's all I can. That's all I can think about it. Like the one guy's like, and here's the crust buster, and that's what's just brought it up. Well, and now I'm like, oh god, she just fell in that.
Oh yeah, and then what happened was, following this, not only did this get heard about at Leeds Festival all over, also heard about all over Reading Festival. So whenever someone would see someone, they'd be going, poo girl, poo girl, poo girl, poo. Even though it happened at a different festival, but they just find a girl and go, poo girl, and just be saying it's them.
Oh my god.
So gross. Oh yeah. Absolutely violent.
That is horrible.
Yeah, but you're so it's, I mean, that's a festival, and it's drinking, finding somewhere to go to the toilet, and then finding people lying in said toilet. That's all of it.
That is the thing that's always put me off most. I'm not a massive camping fan anyway, but the toilet situation
they're not like that anymore. Like me and John going to Leeds last year, I was like, what is this? This is so different. There's loads of rules for a start.
Yeah.
Everyone was like sat really nicely in the campsite area. And I was like, this is very, very different. The toilet, well, we paid for the VIP section where you could have like a lie down and go to a proper toilet. But even outside of that, they had like a much more clean and nice experience. They even had like a little street food section. I was like, this is miles away from where we went 20 years ago. Like it was unrecognisable, weren't it? And it was brilliant, to be fair. Like
even the stages
barriers,
were like, I was about to say, like the crowd, like so you couldn't get crushed. Like that was the old. It used to be terrifying if you went near the front, like when like someone like Prodigy were on or something, and you just get swept away and like thousands of people.
Do you remember we watched? There was like 3 dance acts in a row. Like it was either like Enter Shikari, Pendulum. It could have been Prodigy as well.
Yeah.
In like an enemy tent. I don't know if you've seen these. This holds like 10,000 people or something. Like how so, and there's no crowd control in there, and the whole tent was just going in one giant like mosh pit, giant dance pit, just in a circle, just in a massive circle. it was so much fun.
Was that when you were 13, John?
That one was maybe then or a couple of years later.
Been a little bit later, yeah.
How did you feel in that scenario? Safe?
It's not at all. No. The thing is, if you fall down, you're in trouble. You are in serious trouble. So you just got to try and stay on your feet. That's the only thing to do in that situation.
And what about the? We went to watch Block Party, and then they played Helicopter. And everyone, they were like, "Yeah, jump up, everyone!" And we jumped.
Yeah, you got carried,
and we got carried about 6 foot.
Oh my god!
Because there's no crowd, and there's like 20,000, maybe more. I don't know how many in this like crowd. We jumped, and everyone you actually like levitated in front of yourself. It was bonkers.
It genuinely felt like someone had picked you up and carried you forward.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Is that just weird? Because like the people's bodies were so tight?
Because everyone was we were like the young, so we were at like the front back then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild, man. Like crowd controls completely different. We were watching last year. We watched Blink-182 pretty close to the front with like.
We had so much space.
3 to 5 meters of like personal space.
COVID festivaling.
Yeah, it was insane. I was like, this is so comfortable and cozy. It was, it's mad. But very different.
The first year as well, we tried to basically see, like, we were there the whole day because it opened at like 11 or 12, the arena. And like, we tried to see someone constantly, which is not the thing to do, from like 12 in the morning till 12 at night for like 3 days. So it's absolutely exhausting.
Yeah, I'd need a break.
Yeah,
I would need so many breaks.
Yeah. Don't worry, Scott. You do get breaks. When you're tired, you just go to for the firewood truck, where you'd pick a massive bag of firewood up and then just start a fire somewhere by your tent.
How is that allowed? How is that allowed?
Yeah,
surely people used to set tents on fire and stuff.
Yes.
Well, this did happen. Not too bad the
Luke's
first few nights.
Yeah, John's like, yes. Luke's like,
particularly the last night. But it would be good just to roam, because all these fires would be going, and it'd just be like, what could you describe it as, John? Like hellscape, I guess, that, or like a war zone.
It did feel
John
like a war zone.
It as
yeah.
Afghanistan. It feels like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds really cool. Also, I wouldn't want to go to sleep because I'd like the fear of burning alive in a tent. It's not bad enough trying to get out of a zip tent anyway.
Yeah,
imagine it being on fire. No,
they used to put these adverts on the screen in between the acts, didn't they? Because obviously this was happening, they never addressed it, and they knew it was going to happen. They say don't throw gas canisters on a fire. This is the advert.
What?
Oh yeah, sorry. You could also take in gas cookers at this time as well.
Yeah, and then there'd be a guy on the screen who'd been blinded by it happening and exploding before. And he was like, "Yeah, don't do it. Look what happened to me." And then they had all these adverts all day, and then you walk out the arena on the last night. Every 2 steps, you just hear an explosion. That's why it was like a war. Yeah,
you have this distinct noise, like if
you were
gas can.
Trying to wear sunglasses or keep look down so it's not going near your eyes.
Oh my god!
And then they used to have something on the last night called the riots. It was particularly bad at Leeds. And what would happen is all the fires would get really big. People would be throwing the tents, the chairs, whatever. They had tents on.
Yeah, because then you don't have to carry it home with you.
Yeah. And then they'd have, what they have on there? It'd create this massive, smoky hellscape everywhere, and you could just see these lights burning, because they used to have the festoon lighting, the little light bulbs.
Yeah.
That lights up all the paths, and you'd be walking down this path, and all you hear is doom, doom, duh, yeah, and they'd be crowds and gangs of people gathered, all just holding some sort of totem, going yeah, and they're coming a bit in Helm's Deep in Two Towers, Uruk-hai coming towards Helm's Deep. Not what do you think, John? Not dissimilar to that, is it?
Very good description. Yeah.
And then someone would just shout something like, "Let's take down the telephone pole, the power lines," and me and John witnessed this crowd of youth just take down a massive power line thing, because everything was powered by big telephone poles. And they just it was
they were climbing up it and everything. Right? There's people
bring
up
it down, bring it down.
What is it? What is it with whenever you these sorts of things happen? Why is it always British youths? It just turns into an angry mob, and it's just oh god, that is terrifying.
It's just the picture of it that John's 13 and I'm 16, just wandering around witnessing this.
John leading the riots. That's Bev was not my John, good boy, my John.
It's almost I'd imagine. It's a spectacle. You have to go and watch it. Everyone's the riots. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the sort of stuff where you're oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
but I can't take my eyes off it at the same time. You'd have to watch it.
Oh god, yeah.
It was insane how dangerous the whole festival was. Aside from
really, really dangerous.
Oh, like Luke said, you could just buy. They sold firewood everywhere. You could just buy it and just literally put a fire on the floor and just set it on fire.
Just wherever you wanted to.
Yeah.
Wherever. Yeah. Literally wherever. There's not even a designated area. Barbecues. Yeah, whatever. Gas canisters, whatever. Just do it.
That is mad. That is crazy.
And I remember after the first day, so the second day of going into the arena, as we were walking in, there's just thousands of cups and cans and stuff all over the floor, obviously, as you're walking in. And I was like, what the hell is that smell? All I could smell was vinegar. I was like, what is that smell? I think it's just all the alcohol like going like off overnight. Yeah. And it just literally just stunk of vinegar. The whole arena did. I've never. That's what
you thought. You thought that was. You thought that was alcohol. That was just vinegar.
Just vinegar. All the
vinegar.
All the cups of vinegar that people have been eating.
But
oh god, that's so horrible.
Luke had some unlucky things happen to him as well at the festival, which
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He'd had at one point we were walking and some guy just tried to rugby tackle him. Do you remember that? Like we were just walking.
Rugby tackleable.
Yeah. Some random guy, and then he wasn't like angry or anything. He just ran at him, tried to rugby tackle. He sort of missed and went running off, and he just went, "Wee, like."
Lads.
Yeah. And then we.
Great.
This was way later, actually, when that giant ball burst in your face as well.
Oh yeah, there's a giant ball getting thrown around.
Yeah, you know those ones that get passed around the crowd, like massive beach balls, probably like about 6 foot, like giant one. Luke turned around and it exploded in his face and cut just under his eye.
What? It cut you?
Oh yeah, it was. Someone was just literally smoking and gone like, just at the same point. This ball was coming at my eyes, down. And someone was next to me, and he went,
my god!
I went blind. I couldn't actually see out my eye.
That could have been like that. You could have been on the Leeds poster next year when they banned.
I mean, what do you do
before they banned?
Yeah. Be careful with those beach balls.
Leeds Festival banned beach balls.
It was the safest thing you could play with.
It's just air. It's just air in plastic. You enjoy making your fires and rioting in the evenings.
Yeah, fire's fine. Beach balls. Like, literally, it just went black. Like I couldn't see. I was like, I can't see anything.
Oh my god!
So I mean, John escorted me to the medical tent. I don't know how we got there. He must have known what to do.
Yeah,
13-year-old John.
Yeah.
It was luckily it was just under his eye, so it was just a little rubber burn under his eye.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And then we went
horrible.
back because we'd missed whoever we were seeing. I think we saw like the last song of, was it like Metallica or someone?
No, I think we because the medical tent I think was the side of the main stage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we could just hear Metallica playing. Yeah. God, yeah, that was horrifying, man. My eye just went black. It must be like the muscle just like. Retracting, I couldn't see anything. And then it slowly came back after like an hour.
Just an instantaneous dodge.
Yeah, horrifying. Yeah, my eye must have just closed, like just as it got me. Ooh, that was horrifying.
When you played there as well, that was Leeds, wasn't it? What year was that?
I wasn't know to talk about that. I didn't need to talk about that.
Nah, talk about that because it was wicked.
Yeah, this is funny though.
When you won that competition with Relentless, and it was me, you. Liam and Andy, wasn't it? And I remember being like, they gave us loads of drinks vouchers, and I was like, oh, it's wicked. Like I was like 18 then, so this is quite a few years on.
14-year-old John. This is where the problem started.
I might have even been like 20. I was like, yeah, this was quite a few years on. But I remember going in to get a drink, and I was like, oh yeah, can I have like a beer or something? Like nah. I was like, oh why? It's got to be Relentless. I was like, what, the drink? Yeah, it's got to have Relentless in it. You can have Relentless and vodka, Relentless and rum, Relentless. It just had to be. I don't like.
So weird.
It's because it was a Relentless stage, so and the tickets were Relentless vouchers.
Yeah, we got loads of it. I was like, I don't just want to be drinking Relentless all night. Like,
John just awake all night, just like, oh
yes. We didn't have it just all night. We had it every single night.
Bring down the pole.
I don't know how many. There was loads there. It was a really cool stage. It was like a spaceship. I don't know if you've got any photos of it still, Luke. But
I'll put them in. Drop them in the Discord.
It was like a spaceship. It was insane. And there was like light projection on it.
It was in like the woods, and it was obviously at night. They had DJs on after all the arena had closed.
It's so cool.
And there were thousands of people there when Luke was on.
There's 10,000.
Yeah, it was mad.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's in this like in this valley of a forest. It's insane.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
And I remember. I think I came backstage after or before because Jack Jones is his name. Is it Jax Jones?
Jax Jones. That's it.
I remember he was there. I think he was on like he was headlining or something. And I was talking to him. I think he thought I worked for Relentless. I was talking to him for ages.
was that all you were talking about? Just like, oh yeah, I've got this relentless drink. It's really relentless. Like, I feel relentless tonight. Yeah, it's crazy.
He didn't recognise me, and then he just went, oh yeah, hopefully I'll see you at the next event. Like when he left, and I was just like, I don't work for them. I don't.
As a 14-year-old, that's crazy.
But I think we both had we were hallucinating, weren't we? We spoke about it separately.
That's really weird though that we spoke about it.
On the way home, I'd said I drove Andy and Luke drove Liam, but on the way home, I was braking, and Andy was like, "Why are you braking?" I was like, "I thought I saw giant space hoppers in the road," and I was like, so I was braking on the motorway, and then I drove a little bit further, and I thought I could see faces in the trees. I was like, I'm gonna have to stop. So I stopped for a bit at the services, had a coffee, and then got home. And then I spoke to Luke the next day, and he said the exact same thing happened to him. He was hallucinating. I think
someone spiked you or something.
No, it's just.
Are you just not able to drink Relentless either? Does Relentless even exist anymore?
Oh yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, it's if you drink,
and if you want to get your Relentless, you can purchase it now at all good restaurants.
Yeah, please sponsor me again. No.
Oh yeah, no, it's still going. It's still going. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, we also had a crate of Relentless in the tent as well. So we had Relentless in the day.
Oh God, so much. That is so much energy drink.
Yeah.
Oh God. You must have been shitting through the eye of a needle for about 9 days afterwards.
We were just hallucinating from this energy drink. If you drink I guess if you drink enough caffeine, then you will hallucinate.
Yeah. So what was the experience like on the stage? Though? It looked really cool.
Oh, very fun. Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, it was really cool. I heard someone make a comment about something the other day, but it was interesting because you're so far away from the crowd. You're 10, 20 meters away from them. But there's so many people, but also they have TVs in there that you can see them. And then you're on the screen and stuff. So it's you're connected in a completely different way to them, in a good way. It's so fun. That was the coolest thing. That was the best, most fun set I've ever played was that particular one.
That's got to be performing in front of 10,000 people.
That was wild.
Everyone just having a great time, and you're effectively the person who is driving that, fueling that happening. Well, you and the Relentless. Yeah. That is insane. I've also just Googled, can energy drinks make you hallucinate? And it can.
Okay.
They can, mate. They can. Particularly in individuals predisposed to psychosis.
Oh, that's good to know.
Good to know.
Well, could be family trait.
Could be, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, my God.
My only festival
oh yeah, here we go.
memory is not even me at a festival. My sister she went, I can't remember where she was. It might have been V-Fest or Reading or something. And I was like, oh, are there any cool bands playing? She was like, oh yeah, Kasabian are playing. I'm definitely going to go see Kasabian. I was like, oh yeah, awesome. That's really cool. And she rang mum, or she text my mum, was like, I'm going to ring in 10 minutes because Kasabian are playing. And my mum said to me, came upstairs and was like, oh, Katie's on the phone. Casabian playing. And I was like, what? Who? And she was like, Casabian. She said Casabian. And I was like, Casabian, what? And I was like, oh, Kasabian. And put the phone to my, I could not hear shit. I was just sounded like noise down the phone. She was like, can you, all I could hear was Katie, can you hear? No, I can't.
Wait, is that why they're called Kasabian? Is it Casa Bien? Home good or something?
Doesn't it mean something?
Oh, is it actually a word? The way you said it, I was maybe actually. Is it Spanish or whatever?
I'm Googling it now.
It's derived from Linda Kasabian, a member of the Manson family, who later became a key witness in the Tate LaBianca murder trials.
No way.
The band's founder, Sergio Pizzorno, stated that the name was chosen simply because they liked the way it sounded.
She drove off, didn't she? Because she didn't want to be involved.
Mm.
That is crazy.
Right, interesting. That is a wicked fact.
That's an exclusive pod fact.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, you're gonna have a great time at Leeds because it's completely changed. It's so nice.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I did always think that Leeds was friendlier than Reading anyway.
Northern.
It's the same festival, but obviously Northern rather than really close to like London.
And it's in actually like a field as opposed to Reading, which isn't a field, but in the city centre.
I remember
there is no space.
Reading, there was a little hack at Reading where we'd go for Sunday lunch at the Toby Carvery and everyone would be using the toilets in the Toby Carvery.
Oh God, that was horrible.
They'd also saran wrap the carpet.
Covered, weren't they? Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you'd have to because people's shoes and stuff would be so muddy. Like that's the other thing I don't want to deal with is just huge amounts of mud.
Oh, yeah. That's reminding me again. Sorry to talk. When we went to Oxygen in Dublin.
I was going to mention that one. Yeah.
Did you want to talk about that one?
No, sure. You carry on.
Say, I remember at one point we were asleep, and then all of a sudden, we woke up because someone had fallen on top of Luke, but they were outside the tent. So they'd fallen onto the tent and landed on top of him. So through the tent and the tent collapsed afterwards, didn't it? I remember Fran trying to get it up, and it had been pouring down with rain the whole time. But I can't remember much. There was loads of good bands on that year. It was like Eminem, Jay-Z.
I remember you going to Oxygen that year and being genuinely jealous of all the people you were going to see.
Yeah. It was really fun. Never been at a wetter festival in my entire life, or any experience of being that soaked.
But afterwards, Luke abandoned his shoes when we got back to Dublin.
It was so bad. I couldn't. There was no point in walking in them anymore. It was just they were done.
Did you just go buy
into a shoe shop without any shoes on? Yeah.
I love that. That's all you want. That is fantastic. Everyone surely has been to that point where you've had enough of something, and you just I'll just buy a new one. I don't care
because the shoes were done in. I had walking boots. They were trashed. I couldn't do it. So I was walking barefoot. Walked into the shop. Bloke walked up to me. How can I help you, sir?
I need some shoes and I need some socks. Did you just say shoes?
Shoes, please.
Size 10. Anything will do.
I think when we came out, we're like, we've got to get the bus to the flight in 5 hours. So what do we do? So I think we just went to the cinema and had a lie down and watched Get Him to the Greek.
That was it. Yeah.
That was very good.
Not a great film to talk about.
No, not anymore. But
not anymore.
Funny film.
Funny film at the time. Contentious.
Can we erase him from the film?
Well, there's two.
There's two of them, aren't there? Because there's Russell Brand as well. So.
I was talking about him.
Oh, you weren't talking about Diddy also?
He's in it.
Yeah.
Oh God, Jesus.
He is, isn't he? He is in it. I'm not making it up. Yeah, he is.
Is he in it as well? Well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
They're probably besties.
Yeah.
It's Sean Combs, isn't it?
Of course he is. Yeah.
Who is it? Who's the other guy in it? Seth.
Jonah Hill.
No, Jonah Hill.
Oh, I was thinking of Seth.
I don't know if there's anything bad about Jonah Hill yet. But
I think he's really nice.
I mean, that's just waiting.
Yeah. Anyway, wild, mate. Absolutely wild. You have some fun times at these festivals.
That all sounded incredible. I'm sort of gutted. I've missed out on the original festival life, but excited to tell the pod about my experience once I've been.
It's evolved in the best kind of way.
It's for the best. A lot safer, a lot calmer.
You're much more likely to come back whole. I think that's the...
much more likely to survive.
Not blind.
Actually go to the toilet okay. And also this time, there was some actually good clothes shops there, weren't there, John? Well, there was some good clothes shops before.
Yeah. And the food's a lot better.
The food's very good.
It's the street food revolution. When it was first out, it was literally just burgers. That was
it's just classic burgers.
Classic burger van.
Exactly.
Or really bad Chinese food.
Yeah.
I'd have enjoyed that though. Like so you can't beat traditional, classic outside your football ground burger van. Like that is. Now
remember, Scott,
nostalgia.
The toilet situation, the burgers, it all adds up.
Everything amalgamates into carnage. That's all I'm hearing.
I remember some people would take Imodium to try and not poo for the whole weekend.
Oh, God.
The desperate bit to not use the toilet.
I'm sorry. I just really like to think about that. Like, you get home on the Sunday night or whatever, and it just like...
a mountain.
You just break the fucking porcelain toilet. Oh, God.
Oh, you'll have fun, Scott. Go VIP. There's a beauty station in there.
We're only going for the Saturday, and we're coming out and staying in like a
yeah, that's what we did last year.
Staying in like a really nice like Airbnb. So, but nice. No, it'd be really fun.
Oh, have fun. Yeah.
Right. Don't forget your snot rag as well if you need to blow your nose.
Do you want a school story to finish the week on? Take us home. So this has been sent to me by someone called Chris. I don't know Chris, but welcome to the pod. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sending in your stories. Please keep these coming into TUCKYOURSHIRTINPod at gmail.com. I've no idea. It could be. I've no idea.
I don't know who that is. I made it up.
So this is it says the first year of high school, which is year 8 biology. So I'm presuming they went to like a 3-tier school system. Mm-hmm. So for context, it was the first few weeks of school. No one really knew each other. So there were like loads of different kids from other primary schools. So they didn't really know each other. And they were all sat in alphabetical surname order whilst the teacher got to know them. He was sat on the very back row. It was an old school science lab. So they were sat on the high stools / benches. And there were 3 of them on the back row. There was Chris and then 2 girls from other primary schools. The lesson started as normal, copying out from textbooks mainly. And he was just chilling, kind of trying to act all cool and trying to impress the girls. About halfway through the lesson, the girl next to him had a bag on her lap. And suddenly, liquid started splattering on the floor around her. Chris just assumed that the drink had her drink had leaked in a bag. So trying to be the big guy and the comedian that he was like, can't believe you've wet yourself. And then he will never forget the look that she gave him. Oh, no. Tears in her eyes, and said, "The doctor told me it would stop."
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So Chris in this moment was just like, oh, my God, what do I do? Like, didn't know where to look. Fortunately, the girl next to this other girl managed to quietly tell the teacher what had happened. And he quickly ushered her out of the classroom before anyone really noticed what had happened. And he came over to Chris and the other girl and said, "We're not allowed to talk about what had happened, and it would be dealt with after the lesson." They then had to work for the rest of the lesson in silence with a big puddle of piss between them. Oh. Fun fact: the girl on the other side of the puddle is now his wife, and It's genuinely his first memory of meeting.
Well, there you go.
The bully gets the girl again. It's a incredible story, isn't it?
That is so bad. That is so bad.
That's mortifying, isn't it? Like
that
trying to make a funny little joke. And
trying to make it feel better or something.
Devastating.
Oh no, it's gone wrong. It's gone really bad.
Oh, that is awful.
You just met this person as well. It's like, it's a disaster.
That makes me think of so many like situations as a teacher that we could talk about in the future. But oh God, yeah. Thank you for sending that in, Chris. That was horrible. I mean, what a horrible first memory of your wife.
Matchmaker.
But I mean, I suppose it works. Maybe she is just Cupid. Oh, I feel so bad for that girl. Poor girl.
How did you two meet? Well, this girl pissed
herself, and we just happened to be in the middle and look at each other. That was so well handled, though, by the teacher. Just like, we'll deal with it after the lesson, and just like no one knew. Fantastic! Like that's
great.
Impressive.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah. I wonder what she's up to now.
Which one? Chris's wife?
Or in the middle?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Hopefully the doctor did sort it and it did stop. There's no
jerk. He got it wrong.
Yeah. The doctor said it would stop. Oh God.
Oh, terrible.
Oh, that poor girl. She must have been in so many circumstances like that.
I hope congratulations to the happy couple.
Yeah. Thank you for your
congrats,
email
Chris.
as well.
Thanks for your email.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Right. Thank you, everyone. That's brings us to the end of our first series. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure to bring the podcast to you. An idea we've had sort of to give John another a springboard for comedy, but also an outlet for me creatively. And Scott, why do you want to be on this pod?
Because John asked me to be, and it just seemed like the sensible thing at the time.
There we go. Another step of John bullying his best
whatever
friend.
I ask him to do.
John told me to do it, so automatically I'm in.
I've got to the crux of it. That's awful, John. I wonder
John
what those
said,
texts
"Come on
were,
the pod."
Scott. Oh, please, I don't want to do this anymore. Please. I don't know what you're talking about. John's just texted me saying you want to do this. Oh, well,
I didn't, and then suddenly I was, it was fine.
He doesn't realise it's happening. It's just,
I'm fine.
Just gonna go get in the shower, just hold my knees to my chest, and just have a good cry.
Anyway, it's been lovely. We'll have another series of you with some lovely guests.
Yeah,
maybe some we've talked about, maybe not. But there'll be ones you haven't talked about yet as well. But I think in the meantime, we'll throw a couple of specials out as well. So thank you, everyone. Do you have anything to say, John or Scott?
No. I guess the classic one, isn't it? Apart from
nah, it's all right. No,
nice,
good sign off.
Keep sending your stories in, because we want as many stories as we can. Where should they send them, Scott? You can do the admin. You like that?
TUCKYOURSHIRTINPod@gmail.com. Please make sure that you follow, subscribe, like, and just get involved. Comment. We want to hear it all. We want to hear from our listeners, and it allows us to keep bringing you another series of the pod, which we have really enjoyed bringing to you. So thank you so much for listening, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.